Saturday, PlatterDay. It's Saturday night and we're having a platter for dinner. Why? Because we don't fucking cook on Saturday nights. We only ever eat a platter. And tonight, I'm using this platter. The kids are also going to have platters. I'm using these plates for their platters, which will be smaller in size. I've washed my fruit and veg. Let's get started. As always, we start with the cucumber. Now, for those that don't know, every week on a Saturday, I make a platter. I've been doing it for, 7 years now, but I've been TikToking for only 2 years. So every week, they're not quite the same platter, but it's almost the same platter because I tend to use the same ingredients. Sometimes I mix it up and use different things, but it's basically the same stuff, which is the foods I love to eat. So I just make it over and over again with the occasional variation of ingredients. So that's what hubby and I like to do. We always watch a movie or a TV show on a Saturday night. We put the kids to bed and we have a bit of couple time. And we might be on the red, drinking some red wine, or we might be on the bit of lemon or the Coke or whatever it might be. So yeah, it's just something we like to do on a Saturday night. And I get lots of messages from people who have also adopted PlatterDay in their household, and they tell me how much they love it. So while I make my platter, I normally talk to you about things that are in my TikTok feed. So let's do that. Now, I told you that I watched that 7M documentary on Netflix. And since I watched it, and I said that I watched it, all the 7M stuff's been coming into my feed, and the detail about the cult and Miranda. And so I blocked now those cult people, the Miranda and her partner and the Robert Shin cult people, because I don't want them in my feed. And they keep coming in there, like her sort of saying, oh, let me tell you my side. And, saying I'm not in a cult is exactly something that a person in a cult would say. So I'm not buying it and she shouldn't be selling it. I think she's in a cult. I think she's extremely religious, which is perfectly fine. And it's just something not quite right about that family, about her cult family. Her actual family seemed perfectly normal and nice. And they want a relationship with her. So they're kind of putting up with it, not sort of talking about the fact that she's in a cult. It's really quite sad. But Robert Shin and his minions, I think, are criminals. And when that woman told the story about how she worked for him for all those years, and she was, SA, and she worked for a pittance, and she basically is now trying to rebuild her life. Very, very sad. So I love the doco. It's on Netflix. It was 3 parts. I recommend it. Let's do some strawberries. So let's talk about something a little bit more lighthearted. So things, feel-good stories in TikTok that I love. Something that came across my feed was this Labrador. And because I like dog things, because I'm a dog person, I tend to get a lot of dog stuff in my feed. And there was something by Good Boy Ollie is the username. And it's this Labrador who, that's my dog, my puppy, Lady Crypto. There was this Labrador who went to this arcade and with his owner, and saw a toy, which was I think it was a pelican. It wasn't a pelican. It was a seagull. I really wanted the seagull, right? And I saw it in one of those school tester games. Really wanted it. So the owner was trying to win the school tester, and it got like 50 tickets or whatever, and won it, which was great. Oh, I haven't given us any strawberries. Which was great. And so then won the seagull, gave it to the dog, who was just so happy to have this seagull toy, right? This plush toy. And it was like his new favourite toy, was eating it and having fun with it. And the people in the comments were like, I'm going to send Ollie some more seagulls, so more sort of plush seagulls. And everyone started sending this dog plush seagulls. And now, hi Cara, now he has plenty to get on with. So what was I saying? Yeah, that Ollie, he's fabulous, great content. The other thing I love to watch is pandas. Pandas are so funny. I had no idea that they were like that. They're like toddlers. They're hilarious. You see this footage of like pandas trying to survive, and they're like falling, and they're just like children. I had no idea they were like that. It's the most heartwarming content when you see pandas in your feed and you watch them playing, falling, tumbling, trying to stay upright. It's really, really funny. Something else that I saw disturbing today, I'm not a rides person, like amusement park rides. I don't go on rides. I've never been that person. I'm just afraid and I'm cautious, I value my life. And I'm very cautious about doing dangerous things. I'd never go bungee jumping, never jump out of an airplane. I'm just not that person. Anyway, so I was watching TikTok, and this guy's gives the footage of this ride in Portland in America that is upside down. All the people are upside down, hanging upside down in the air, And the ride stopped. Yeah. And then he's like, you know, they've been up there upside down for half an hour upside down in like the sky. Anyway, there was an ambulance and a fire engine and they basically got them down. But you see, this is why I don't go on rides, never. I just don't trust the process. Oh, more strawberries. Okay. This is looking good. I'm just going to basically done the fruit now. Right, okay, I'm going to put the cherries in. They've got seeds in them, obviously, so I won't give the kids any. I might give them a couple. I'll de-seed them. Put them in ours. I know they're not in season. There might be American cherries. Don't worry about it. This is how I de-seed them, right? I cut around the cherry like that. That's the seed. And then there's the cherry. So I'll give the kids a couple because they like them. There we go. Another thing that I like on my feed that's very funny. And you know, when you watch one video and you like it, you get a lot more of them. Is this woman who wears a t-shirt of like a 7-Eleven vendor, and it's of them, right? She's made a t-shirt of the person, and she'll come in and ask some sort of random question to the person, and it might be a Walmart, it might be whoever, and say, oh, can you assist me with this item? Does it come in different colors? And she's wearing a t-shirt of that person, and they sort of look curiously at her, and they're like, that's me. You're wearing a t-shirt of me. Where did you get that? And she'll be like, oh, the homeless man outside selling them for $1. And it's very, very funny. And of course, it's a prank, but clever prank. All right, I'll do a couple more cherries. Okay, I bought this cabanossi. Kids love cabanossi. So I'll give them some of that. A couple of cabanossi sticks, and we'll get some as well. I've also got Twiggy. I've also got salami. So I'll do plenty. There. There we go. Great. My Twiggy. So many come in the packet that I just use this packet over a couple of weeks. If it lasts, it's no problem. Another trend that I love that's happening in my feed is they play this music, and it's my husband before he sees me in public, and then after, and he's, you know, looking like they're at the airport or something, and he'll be like, and then he sees her and you see the joy, or the other way around, the wife is doing it to the husband. It's just so wholesome. I just love it. There's some really good ones. All right, I'll give this to the kids. A couple of Twiggy. I'm running out of time. Cara went to a birthday party today, and they did a pass the parcel. And in the pass the parcel, they didn't put little presents after every unwrap, right? So it was just one present at the end. And guess who won the present at the end? Cara did. She was so happy. And there was this discussion about Bluey. There's a Bluey episode about that, about whether or not you should put a little toy after every layer. I'm a believer in putting a little toy after every layer, or a lollipop or a balloon or something. But these parents didn't do that. So, yeah, it's a school of thought, whether you need to toughen up kids, and not everyone gets a prize, you know, only the winner gets the prize if you get the grand thing at the end. I just think it makes the game more fun. These kids are opening a bit of blank paper with nothing in it. Anyway, Cara won, so we didn't have to worry about an upset child at the end of the game. I've got this cheese. I'm going to cut up with some cheese for the kids and us. I've got this chopping board. I haven't even used the chopping board yet. I prefer to chop things by hand. Yeah, don't worry about it. I actually had to go into the office today because I'm so behind in all my work. So hubby took Cara and Clark to the birthday party while I popped into the office for a little while. And they've got another birthday party to go to tomorrow. I'll take the kids to that one. Let me give them some cheese, and then we've got olives and some dip, and crackers. Don't forget the crackers. I'm going to put some mild suppressor salami, that dog. Some pitted olives for the kids, Mediterranean mixed olives for us. One last story about a TikTok I saw. You know when you're thrifting, because I love thrift shopping, right? Love shopping in secondhand stores. There's this woman who's thrifting and then sees this painting, like her grail of paintings, because, you know, there's always paintings in thrift shops. And she sort of pauses and stares at it, and then, like, the video ends. She shows us the painting, and if, you know, not everyone would understand the reference, but it's the painting from the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off. It's a print of it, obviously, but I get it, because I remember the scene when they take that out, obviously go to the art gallery, and Cameron's staring at that painting, and, you know, a lot of people in the comments were like, oh, I used to have that painting growing up. All right, I'm going to add the crackers, and I think we're done. We've got the dip tzatziki. Got my tzatziki with yogurt, mint, olive oil, salt, lemon. Platter for the kids. Platter's done, bitches. Delicious.